Sundays, and it was really just a Sunday routine to go to church, and there was really nothing deeper than that. At some point, I turned to drugs for fulfillment or happiness or whatever. Within several months, I was involved with some people who were no good for me to be around, and there was some robberies and some home invasions, and it was really, I knew that I was hanging around with the wrong crowd. And on September 4th, 2004, the guy that had been buying my drugs from murdered 2 people, and I didn't know at the time that he had shot anyone, and he asked me for a ride, and I picked him up, and come to find out he had actually killed 2 people. The headlines called it the NC State tailgate shootings, and so I was arrested for accessory after the fact, first-degree murder, and ultimately I ended up taking a plea bargain. I had to testify at a couple trials, and it was a really hard time for me and my family. I was a single mom, and I was working, and I had gone back to night school so that I could try and provide for her. And life just got to be overwhelming, and I still didn't understand that I could turn to God with anything, and that I could go to Him with my struggles. And so I turned back to drugs. I remember people from the church, Mike and Carl, coming to my house and confronting me. And it, looking back, was so significant that the church didn't ostracize me, that I wasn't too bad for church, that the church could love me through like my lowest points in my life. They loved me through the murder trials, and they loved me through my drug use, and they loved me through having a baby when I was not married, and so ultimately I violated my probation and I had to go back to jail, and Cameron had to go stay with her grandma for a while, and that was not exactly when my relationship with God started either. It took me about a year, I guess, for life to get back to normal, and it was the summer of 2009, and I went to a small group, and that really was the turning point. Those people were so they loved me so much, and it was a place where I felt safe and comfortable and loved, and I could learn and ask questions. And there came a point when it was time for me to move out and get my own place, and it was a struggle being a convicted felon and having awful credit. Trying to find someone that was willing to rent to me was really difficult, and somebody from the church took a chance on me and gave me a place to live. And I've been there now almost 3 years. And my small group helped me move in, and my small group helped furnish my first apartment. It has been the people at Hope who have loved me where I was and encouraged me to grow that really have been instrumental in my relationship with God. Life is still not easy. I still am so far from perfect, and I make mistakes all the time. But God loves me, and I'm forgiven. And I don't have to go through anything alone, because there are people at the church who love me and support me, and because God is always with me. And I can turn to Him for help and strength in anything that I'm going through. It's been really cool to watch Him show up in my life the more I trust Him.